Now,
Series we're going to talk about this is Skinning the Serpent. My name is Dave. Um, the great Clethothic sorcerer Austin Osmegan Spare said that knowledge is the excrement of experience. I was involved in Satanism for 28 years. I am a second generation, and what I'm going to talk about literally is just my history. Giving the devil its due is very simply this: whether you believe the devil exists or not is irrelevant. Just like whether you believe the sky is real or not, it's there. And in giving the devil his due, it may take a year, 10 years, 20 years. He will get his due. You're going to have some really good seasons, and then just like everybody else, just like Jack Parsons, just like Aleister Crowley, just like Austin Osman Spare, just like Anton LaVey, and on and on and on. You're going to die broke, and you're probably going to die alone. My involvement in Satanism began when I was about 19 years old. Abuse was involved, extreme abuse, rejection, fear. Satanism helped me to attain an identity outside of myself. I became Zos Locus Cain. I also became Master Cain, which was a working title. The path that I used in Satanism was what I knew best: sex, violence, and intellect. Intellect being the lesser. There's two forms of Satanism. There is theistic, that you believe there actually is a Satan or a dark force, or as Jung talked about, the shadow archetype, whatever you want to view it as. He exists in one form or another. Whether you want to believe it or not is fine. Atheistic Satanism, which wasn't my game, I did believe in giving the devil his due. Atheistic Satanism is basically diet Satanism. I'm my own God, blah, blah, blah. I mean, reading Nietzsche, reading Ayn Rand, reading all the books where you would think, we evolved, we're just animals like any other animal. It's safe Satanism. It is pretentious, and most who follow atheistic Satanism, they like to fancy themselves as the next great dark overlord over the underworld. And if you notice, most of them have extensive careers working in gamer stores or working in retail or working whatever $7 an hour job they can nail. Most of them thinking that the great dark lords of the underworld can't even land the local chick at the local ice cream stand or at the local barista. They talk about, summoning the Antichrist, and they can't even get past their own bad hygiene.
we're on.
Getting back to what I was saying about the sorcerers of the next sorcerer of the underworld, they always fancy themselves. And if you can't even land a decent car, if you can't even make your phone bill, if you can't even pay your bills, I know it sounds very pragmatic, but if you can't even do the basic skills of life, and yet you can consider yourself the next great overlord of the underworld, you're kidding yourself. I got a few things that I want to pick at. One in particular. It seems that she has become it's kind of an oxymoron saying she's the next whipping boy. But it seems that they're coming out of the woodwork on this girl, Venus Satanist. I don't know who she is. I checked her out on YouTube. But you know what, guys? She's using the two most powerful forms of magic a woman could use, and that is not denigrating the gender. the two most powerful forms that they can use is glamour and enchantment. And it seems that using those, nations have fallen over using those powers. Some of the most powerful practitioners I've ever worked with were women. Within my own circle, the higher level practitioners, I always used women in terms of sex magic and other rituals because they were more in tune. Of course, most of you guys don't understand what I'm talking about because most of you criticizing her, again, couldn't land a chick at gunpoint. I notice she's got a lot of these little fuzzy ponytailed hair critics, or ones that like to hide behind sunglasses, or like ones who like to sit in chairs and swivel and postulate, you know, on and on and on, all the other dribble, all the other things that are just not even remotely original. The thing is, if you are a living Satanist, which I'm not, one thing that LaVey did talk about was developing a skill. Whether you like Venus Satanicus or people like her, she's developed a skill. She knows how to sell herself. The only thing I have to say to Venus, and this I really do mean, you don't need Satan to do what you're doing. You're a pretty girl, you're an intelligent girl. From what I've seen, you're interested in doing some type of cosmetics. Obviously, you're interested in dancing, which we won't get into that. But you don't need Satan to do that. And whoever you've surrounded yourself with that makes you think you have to have Satan to do this, it's a deception. You're still a young girl. About 10 years, you're not going to be so young. And the nature of Satanists, the ones that I've been associated with, when they get bored, they scatter. And as for your biggest critics, I'm just picking you out in particular because, hey, you're getting people's attention. So obviously you have something going. The ones that are going to criticize you the most, usually they have nothing going on anyways. So as terms of you, Venus, the only thing I have to say to you, you don't need Satan to do what you're doing. Moving on. The thing that is really irritating is, in terms of Satanism, was supposed to have some type of original thought. Every other guy, including this one, you got your head shaved, and then you spew all the same jargon. You're doing rituals which are 2 or 3 members in your backyard. What are you doing that's original? And I'm not seeing nothing original out there. Point being, the type of Satanism I practiced was qliphothic. It was the Vamamak. It was the deepest, darkest end of Satanism you can go into. Qliphat. If you don't know what any of those terms mean, good. You don't need to know. Sad part is, no matter who you are or who you think you are, or how smart you think you are, or how original you think you are not smarter than Aleister Crowley. You are not smarter than Jack Parsons, for God's sakes. He was a rocket scientist. You are not more creative or more intelligent than Austin Osman-Spare. And just like them, including Friedrich Nietzsche, the whole Ubermensch thing, you're not smarter than him either. They all went down. They all bottomed out. And you're going to bottom out too. I bottomed out. I had a 28-year run, money to burn, had a successful business. Those of you who know who I am, you know what I'm talking about. Had a successful job, made a lot of money. But he comes to seek, kill, and destroy. He came for me. I paid my dues. Little by little, he'll take it away. And little by little, you will go away. And all of you right now, you great future dark lords of the underworld, you're going to go away too. So the only thing I have to say to you in this segment, and there are more to come, is I don't want to see you get there. I don't want to see you bottom out. I don't want to see you go down. I know I'm going to get lambasted from all ends for this, and that's fine. I don't care. For every one of you I'm talking to, if I can only get through to one, that's enough. But you don't need Satan to be great. You don't need Satan for an identity. And again, whether you believe in him or not, he doesn't care. He still is. And let me say this too, I have an understanding too. The God that you're worshiping right now, whether you believe he's a God or not, or a force, some of you may be doing very well. But understand, you are going to come to the end of your journey. And like me, you're going to have one or two choices. You're going to go down and not come back, or you're going to wise up and wake up. There is one God. Not getting preachy here, there is one God. And it is never too late. And understanding too, if the only impression you get of God or Christ is what you see from televangelists, I get it. Believe me, I do. They're doing far more damage. Not all of them, but some of them are doing far more damage to the faith than any Satanist ever dreamed of. I get it, believe me. And I get the hatred that you see. But understand, do not get Christ mixed up with what a lot of Christians are saying. Christ is compassion. He is love. And to tell you the truth, no one else is really coming for you. The other one that's gunning for you is gunning to take you out. So, leaving with this, seems like Marilyn Manson is a whipping boy for a lot of people in the church. Marilyn Manson is a mirror. He is a mirror of what might be wrong with the church. Marilyn Manson, if you really listen to his music, and I am not an apologist for him, don't get me wrong. Marilyn Manson is not angry at God. He's angry for a lot of those who claim to speak for God. And to tell you the truth, if given a choice to sit down and have dinner with Marilyn Manson or some of these televangelists that are doing far more for the kingdom of darkness than he ever dreamed of, I would choose him for one reason. Because Marilyn Manson's evil is right in front of you. It's not hidden. It's not masked. The most insidious evil hides behind a cross. Not all Christians or people of faith have that fluffy televangelist mentality. So what I'm saying to you is, you still might have some really good seasons ahead of you. Hopefully you do. But your day is going to come. And when it comes, hopefully you reach out to me or someone, because I've been there. And there is a second chance at a better life, and you don't need Satan to lead it. So, next segment, I'm going to get into some of the Quillfoth magic I'm going to get into Austin Osman Spare. I'm going to get into sex magic and some of the things that I did. And like I said, I had some really good seasons. But all seasons end. So the only thing I got to say to you, haters, hate all you can. Lovers, love all you can, and peace.